Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. I want to pose a question to you guys, and this has to be something that people really want to think about because we all know Bitcoin is king with a market cap, 5 times that of second place Ethereum and something like 20 times that of BNB. But if you think of the hottest things in crypto right now, you think of DeFi and NFTs. That's right. And guess which platform they're not on? They're on Ethereum, they're on Binance, they're going to be on Cardano and Polkadot, but guess which platform they're not on? That's right, they are not on Bitcoin. And there's very few plans, if any plans at all, for them to be on Bitcoin. I mean, technically, yes, you could integrate Bitcoin into Flare networks and then provide smart contracts and maybe NFTs on Bitcoin. But think about this, Bitcoin scaling is even worse than Ethereum's, and Lightning's been around for several years. The adoption is less than great, let's say. So I don't think anyone's just dying to jump on the 7 transactions per second train to do DeFi and NFTs. Man, if you thought Ethereum's fees were bad, just wait until you do that. Bitcoin's going to slow down to a crawl. It's going to take 5 years for any transactions to actually get through. So at this point, Bitcoin, I think, is basically unable to do DeFi or NFTs. And those are the hottest things in crypto right now. Pretty much every other coin in the top 5 that is directly under it, not counting Tether, because we don't count Tether because it's a stable coin and you can't make money from it. The other ones in the top 5, they all have the ability to do both DeFi and NFTs, and they all have the ability to pump because of DeFis and NFTs. Yes, the rise in Bitcoin will pull them up, but these coins rise much faster than Bitcoin. I'm talking about ETH, Cardano, and DOT, because those are actually decentralized. BNB is not really decentralized. I think people will use BNB and it'll go up, and it has a chance as well, but we're going to talk about Ethereum, Cardano, and DOT, because those, like Ethereum already has both ecosystems. Cardano and DOT will have it by the end of Q2, and Bitcoin's not going to have it for, well, forever. So there is a chance that these two hot things in the future, because they're big use cases, can actually propel one of these coins past BTC. Which one is it going to be? I'm not going to say. I'm really not going to say, because it's really hard to tell which one of those 3 is going to come out on top. Ethereum right now obviously has the edge because it has all the adoption, and it looks like it's getting roll-up scaling with it by July. But, Layer 2 has its own issues, like, you have to convince everyone to actually adopt it, whereas everyone else can actually scale to hundreds or thousands of transactions per second on their bottom layer. Plus, they also have a few more features than Ethereum does. ETH 2.0 is not coming out for 3 or 4 years. So technically, like from a technological perspective, Ethereum is the worst off of the bunch. But from an adoption perspective and from a usage standpoint, Ethereum is definitely the best of the bunch. So which one of those will win, we don't really know. But it's worth actually thinking, because each of DeFi and NFT can have a big multiplier effect on the price of the coin they actually use, or the platform they actually use. And Bitcoin is the only one out of the top 5 or so that does not have the capability to do either DeFi or NFTs. And that means, like, the community around Bitcoin is huge just because it was the first crypto. But, I think first mover advantage only goes so far. And if you don't have any of these features that your competitors do, eventually people will actually take notice and they'll actually want to use the features that your competitors do. And if more people start using Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot, etc., they might have a chance of knocking off Bitcoin. I think if anyone's going to knock off Bitcoin in the next 5 or even 10 years, it's going to have to be one of these main nets that actually can support both things on a native scale. Maybe Flare, but like Flare network basically just has integrated every other network. I think, surprisingly, I actually think the Flare integration with Dogecoin is actually going to have the most effect, like in the short run, because it's a meme thing, and people will want like Doge DeFi. I know that sounds dumb, but I think that's actually what's going to happen, because people are already like talking about building stuff on Doge and Doge DeFi and Doge DEX and everything. We've had another story all about that. So think about it that way, like the 10x multiplier from DeFi, the 10x multiplier from NFTs, those aren't going to apply to Bitcoin because Bitcoin doesn't have either one of those things, but they could apply to all the coins under Bitcoin because they actually have those things. And the faster they can get adopted, the faster they can scale, the better off they actually are. So I think in the next 5 or 10 years, DeFi and NFT could actually push one of those coins to actually flip in Bitcoin. And once Bitcoin gets flipped, I think it will actually lose a lot of its value. I think the Bitcoin miners may have a plot to actually prevent this from happening, but I don't know if they can actually prevent this from happening in the long run. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.